Shalom and welcome back. I just spent 11 hours, a little over 11 hours driving a dump truck. I posted a couple of shorts earlier today while in the dump truck, and I tried to do a live stream. I still haven't got to check it out to see if it's actually going to work, if it's too loud in the truck. It's a very loud truck. It's one of the loudest trucks I've ever driven, so that was the reason for the test. And I wasn't even on the road with it. I was rolling through a quarry, but if I can't hear myself through the quarry, there's no way you're gonna hear me on the interstate. So I'll check it out later today. Shavuot, biblical holiday, Moedim. That is for me now, because I say for me because I may have gotten this wrong, but for me, I am celebrating that starting this evening on what's today, the 11th? The 11th, yes. The sunset from the 11th to sunset of the 12th. It's a high Sabbath, high holy day, and it's Shavuot, which is a grain offering from Passover, or I don't remember exactly when. I know it's the Passover or unleavened bread, one of those. You count 7 Sabbaths, and I think it's like 50 days, or give or take, and then you celebrate Shavuot. And yeah, so like I said, I don't know if I got this right, because for my purposes and being able to schedule for not only myself but family members, because we need to schedule this stuff a lot sooner throughout the year than when it, a week before or 2 weeks before, because of our schedules and jobs and such. So I will take full responsibility for this. I went to Google and typed in Moedim dates for 2024, and then I'm just going off of that. I did that for Passover. I'm doing that for Shavuot. I will do that in October for the fall feasts. I will do that for probably until I have property and don't have to, if I ever don't have to be a wage slave, then yeah. But that's that. Oh, I tried to make a video a couple of days ago. What was that, on Sunday? I think it was Sunday. Probably. No, maybe it was Friday. I don't remember. It was a couple of days ago. And in the middle of the video, phone rang, had to go do a thing, and family thing, nothing important, but important enough that video didn't continue. I just deleted it. And I'll probably talk about it a little bit in this one. So basically, I've talked about this before, but basically the premise of that video was YouTube sucks, because it does. It's owned by Google. Google's owned by some huge corporation, which is owned by one of these elite families, and you can trace it all you want. It doesn't matter. That's just how it is. The censorship on the platform has gotten way worse since the last time I did videos. Now they're just banning people, just any kind of firearms content. They can backtrace that, ban it. Even if you made it years ago, they can just ban your account for it like that now, because you have no constitutional rights on a private platform, even if you think it should fall under the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Being an American company, an American platform, you should be able to exercise your constitutional right of freedom of speech on this platform. But the government disagrees, and therefore they let them do whatever they want with their private property, as they call it, which is what YouTube has been deemed. Private property. It's a private business, and they can tell you what you can and can't say all they want. That being said, they can also basically tell you what to think, because if you look at the platform, you're not allowed to really say truths anymore. If you say anything about jabs or fake pandemics or whatever, FJB or anything like that, you could be banned for it. So you're not allowed to form a thought that's unique. And proof of that is when you see a lot of these content creators. If you've ever scrolled through YouTube Shorts, it's very similar to TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I never have. I never liked the platform. But YouTube Shorts is basically the same thing as TikTok. And when you scroll through there, a huge percentage of content, as it's called, on YouTube Shorts is just somebody else's content with some random person talking over someone else's video or a portion of somebody's video, giving their opinion, or at this rate, I've seen them just giving stupid looks at it. I've seen people overlay themselves over their own video, so you're watching somebody watch their own video. At what point are we going to see somebody watching themselves watching their own video? At what point are we going to digress to that state on YouTube? Now, I don't think it's going to be too much longer. I've actually considered doing it just because I think it would be funny, but I don't got time for video editing. I just don't. I wish I did, because I could make some cool videos, because I still know how to use editors and computers and such. I just don't have time for it. So, yeah. YouTube sucks. It really does. This channel was demonetized about a year ago, somewhere in there, give or take, for lack of content. That's my own fault. I take full responsibility for that. I really just gave up on it because, I wasn't motivated. I didn't have any conviction to do so, and I just didn't. I didn't make anything. I was going to, and then it was just things happened, and I got busy, and then had some issues here or there, personal problems, and I just didn't get to it. Everything's looking up currently, so I'm back to making videos because I'm in a non-depressed mood, and I have the Father, Yah. He has been convicting me to speak his message, and I can't personally. I asked him, I was like, well, how, where, who, and I didn't get a clear response on that particular question, so here I am, and every video is dedicated to him. And I don't mind that the channel's been demonetized. I've never used YouTube as a primary source of income, even when it was making money from ad revenue. It wasn't something that was going to ever pay the bills, other than the bills that YouTube incurred, which it does. If you're trying to make good content, you're buying camera equipment, microphones, subscriptions to video editors, all these other things that go along with it, YouTube can create bills. So, yeah, if it was paying for itself, sure. But if it's not, no. Just bad business model right there. Now, there is a lot to be said for advertising on this platform, because if you have a huge following, like some of these channels do, massive following, and then you create a business that is based on something you're passionate about, that your channel may or may not, most likely is passionate about, your subscribers, the people following you know this, they know you like this sort of thing, and then you come on there and say, hey, I made my own version of such thing. This is where you can find it. This is where you can get it. And that is a good source of advertisement, and that is a good business plan. It really is. It works. It's worked time and time again for many of creators. And yeah, one day, maybe. What am I going to make on here? Because I don't really do the prepping content anymore. I don't have time to show you my preps. I don't have time to show you my survival skills. But oh well, I could show you my driving skills. That's about all you're going to get out of me for now. One day I will have a homestead. I will have land with livestock and gardens, and I will film every bit of it. I really will, because I will not have it unless my Father in heaven, Yahweh, our Elohim, Yahuwah, if you prefer, God, when he gives me land, then yeah, I'll film it and praise him every single day for it, just like I do for this vehicle I'm sitting, because like I've said before, I wouldn't have it without him, for sure. I wouldn't have my job without him. I wouldn't have my family without him. I wouldn't have nothing. I wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for the atoning sacrifice of Yeshua HaMashiach, which means Yeshua, the Messiah, which Yeshua actually means salvation. So salvation, the Messiah. Essentially, if you're translating everything to English, look into the name Jesus. If you prefer that name, that's fine. It works. He'll answer to it, but he knows who you're talking about. But that's not his name. Look up where that name comes from. Just look it up. It's Greek. I'll give you a hint. Alright, so YouTube sucks. Content creation, content creators, there's a bunch of them. They suck. Like I said, they're just overlaying faces on other people's content because they can't form a unique thought on their own, so they just take what other people have done and then I don't know. I seen this video not too long ago of somebody reacting to a song. It's like I'm watching this person, their expressions while they listen to a song, because they weren't talking. That's all they were doing was making faces at the song. It's like, really, 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 really. And different genres of YouTubers all do different things. I was a member of the prepping community here on YouTube and the survival skills community here on YouTube for a while. Didn't go too well for me. But most of those channels, not all, but most of those channels are now parrots. They just parrot Google News or whatever their favorite news outlet is, and that's all they do. A couple of them actually have unique news where they're getting intel in from people, and then they can, share that with us. But most of them, no, they don't. So whatever happened to prepping channels that prepped? They were going really strong back in 2019, 2020 during the whole pandemic, cramdemic, whatever you want to call the stupid thing. Scamdemic. There we go. I'll stick with that one, the scamdemic. All right, during 2020, yeah, prepping channels were going strong. They were all getting lots of subscribers. People were learning how to stockpile food, proper ways to store food, all this stuff. And yes, those videos are still on all these platforms, but guess what? Pandemic went away. Scamdemic went away. And nobody cared about prepping anymore. The vast majority of their subscribers don't even watch their channels. It's literally, if you look at any one of these channels, about 10% of their subscribers are actually watching. 10%. If you have 100,000 subscribers, you average about 1,000 views per video. Somewhere in that margin. So my math's probably off, but yeah, that's just YouTube. It's not a viable option for most people for income. So I would highly recommend a real job. Now there are these people that get famous, and there's these porn people that do crap on here, and dude, it's a lawnmower. Get out of the road. Lawnmowers don't belong in roads. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, you can get famous on here and make money from it. It is possible, but it's just as likely as becoming a famous singer at this point, or famous actor, actress, whatever. It's not very likely. Don't hold your breath if you're going for it, unless you're doing things that are really unbiblical. Unbiblical things do really well. Like anti-biblical things do really well on this platform. Bible videos, not so much. Even they're independent. The only channel I'll name, he's got almost the whole Bible. He's got the whole New Testament. He's got the majority of the Old Testament read word for word from the scriptures on his channel. And when you look at his average views on every one of his videos compared to the views on his Bible readings, you'll see what I mean. But hey, this video is about 15 minutes long, and I'm still fighting through traffic and people that don't know how to use a four-way stop. I'm not going to let you cut me off, dude. Because that's not how that works. It's a four-way stop. It's not you just get to go whenever you want. Seriously. I've been in a vehicle too long. I need to get out of here. Alright, that's enough rambling and ranting. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. One day maybe we will get this channel back to monetized. I need 3,000 watch hours or some crap like that before the end of the year. I wouldn't hold my breath. Well, I'm not going to hold my breath, but I wouldn't hold your breath either. So that just doesn't sound right. Anyway, shalom. See you later.